Hey yo, what's going on guys? We're back at you today with another video of the brand new sports MOBA in Mega Strikers. Today we're bringing you an Asher forward build guide. So yesterday we dropped a goalkeeper guide, but I think a lot of you want to see her on the front lines. So we're bringing you this guide so you can play her in any role that you please. In this video I'll be taking you guys through her abilities, giving you some tips on the most OP combos that I've found, as well as giving you a rundown of all the trainings that I've found to be the most entertaining to play on her. At the end of the video I'll be giving you guys some general gameplay tips so that you can climb that ranked ladder and have bragging rights among all your friends. Before we get into it, I'd greatly appreciate that if you guys enjoy this video that you smash that subscribe button, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, remember to hit the notification bell too, so that you'll be notified as soon as one drops. With all that out the way, let's get right into Asher's abilities. So first and foremost, I'd like to mention that Asher has a very unique passive. Whenever you use an ability with Asher, she'll gain a shield in front of her that will hit an enemy or the core if it collides with her for a short time. This is extremely strong, especially when you're trying to push the core into the net, as it'll count as a hit even without having to use your basic attack. Now for the actual abilities, first up we have our primary, which is Arc Beam. This readies a burst of energy that deals a medium hit to all enemies in an arc. However, the enemies caught in the center will take a heavy hit instead of a medium one. So for this, if you're trying to bully an enemy, be sure to hit them as center as you can on the ability. Asher's secondary is Breakthrough. This ability is a dash that raises her shields but stops on the first enemy struck, dealing a medium hit to them. Finally, Asher's special is Path Splitter. This ability will combine both shields and launch them forward as a projectile. If they hit an enemy, they'll expand to create a slow moving but destructible barrier that can repeatedly deal medium hits to enemies. This ability will deal reduced damage after the first hit. Now that we got all the abilities out the way, let's talk about how we can chain these abilities together in order to make the best use of them for different situations. So the first combo I'll give you guys is a typical combo that you'll see in pretty much every match, used by almost every single striker, and this will be the basic attack primary combo. To perform this, you'll hit the core with a basic attack and follow up immediately with your primary ability. This combo is mainly used in trying to send your core past the opponent's goalkeeper. The reason you use this is because he'll hit it right back at you with his basic attack, and as soon as he does that, your primary ability is going to hit the core and send it right past him, because his basic is going to be on his 0.7 second cooldown. The next combo I have for you can be used for two things. So you can either force the ball past multiple opponents into the goals, or you can use it to knock someone off the map. It's an extremely strong combo, especially because of the passive I mentioned earlier, where Asher puts up shields after using an ability causing anything to be hit when it touches her. This is going to be the secondary primary combo. To perform this, you'll need to dash into the core with your secondary, into the core or the opponent with your secondary, and immediately follow it up with your primary ability. This is generally more than enough to push the core past them into the goal, or push them right off the map and force your team into a 3v2 situation. If you're pushing this onto the core in order to score a goal, you could even basic attack right after your primary in order to hit the core for a third or fourth time, depending on whether it was hit by your passive or not. The final combo I'll give you guys in this video is the special primary combo. I mainly use this one to push enemy goalkeepers off their goal line, like off the back of the map, and knock them out so that my team has open goals to score. To perform this, you'll use your special on their keeper. Then while he's being pushed towards the edge of the goal line, you'll primary him, and that should either be enough to disrupt him long enough to lock him in place for your team to score, or it'll just plain knock him out straight up, leaving the goal wide open. Now let's move on to the trainings that I've been using for Asher that I've enjoyed the most, and that have helped me win the majority of my games on her. So the first training I like to go with is Tempo Swing. This ability is strong on any aggressive forward because your hits will deal extra damage, and they'll also heal you for 150% of the amount of extra damage done. So the extra damage is 2% of your max stagger for light hits, 3% of your max stagger for medium hits, and 4% of your max stagger for heavy hits. So Asher can heal quite a significant amount from this, because she's obviously hitting quite a lot, especially with her special. The next one I'll pick up is Build Different. This is great because it increases your size by 35% and it makes your hits hit 5% harder. The size increase here means you have a bigger radius around you for your basic attack. And I believe it makes your abilities a little bit bigger too, so that you have a bigger margin for error when aiming your hits. And then the final one that I've been enjoying a lot is actually Super Surge. This training makes movement abilities hit 20% harder, as well as makes dashes and blinks gain a 50% travel range. It also makes any hastes that are applied to your character 50% faster. So the main reason we take this is for the movement ability damage, and the dash range. So this means that our secondary hits super hard, and it can get us a bit further when we use it. So it's basically, if we need it for positioning, we're going to have a way easier time to get closer to our net or closer to the core. We're going to be able to hit enemies from a further range. So it's a great training to have on our side. Now that we've covered the abilities, combos and trainings, I'm going to give you guys some general gameplay tips to help you be a better Asher player, or even a better player on any striker that you take these tips onto. So the first tip I can give you guys is to always try and hit the core second. If you're on top of the core with an enemy player, try and wait for them to basic attack it before you do, because whoever hits the ball second is the one who's going to win that exchange, and the ball will go in your favor if you're the one hitting it second. The next tip I can give you guys, and this one's more specific to Asher, is not to be afraid to use your special. You can do so many things with this, including blocking the enemy goalkeeper on one side of his goal while passing the core to your teammate on the other side so that they have an open shot at the enemy goal. This special is super strong. As long as you hit the first part of it and it expands, there's so many outplays you can do with this special. And then the final tip I'll be sharing with you guys today is to not be afraid to use your secondary away from hard hitting enemy abilities. If you see anything coming at you, like an era special, which could be deadly depending on where you are on the map, dash away from it. Dash away or dash like to dodge it or anything like that. In the end, it's rather you burn a short cooldown than die to an ability and leave your team 2v3 for a few seconds. And now we're getting into the section of the video where I'll give you guys a rundown of my gameplay while I'm doing it. Well, not while I'm doing it, but of the recorded gameplay. There you'll see we get a good knockout, but this is actually the play that matters in this. You'll see here I block the goalkeeper, as I mentioned in the tips earlier on. You can zone them off, pass the ball to your teammates and get a great goal because they couldn't do anything. For the rest of this clip, it's the ball bounces around quite a lot. I do believe we get a goal not too long from now. Here you're going to see where I use my full combo, dash, primary, happens to miss, they got lucky. I follow up immediately because I see him jumping on it, basic attack it straight into the goals. Could have aimed that a little bit better, but I think they got a little bit of a lucky touch on there. If they didn't touch it slightly down, I would have hit that straight past them, down into the net. There you see me dashing downwards to the ball. Like I said, don't be afraid to burn your dash cooldown. It's crucial for repositioning yourself. You can use it defensively, offensively, just to get in a better position for the ball, for the core. You're going to see a whole bunch of me trying to hit the core second here. I'll give you guys a prime example of it. Here, just harassing the opponents as well. It's critical that you harass opponents. You want to get them off the core as much as you can. As you know, when you hit them, they get bounced around, throws them off. The lower health they are, the more panicky you find they get. So you see there, that one's already low, doesn't want to come near me. I sneak in with a secondary primary combo. Unlucky there, the goalkeeper dashed. When she teleported back, the core was behind her already, so it's a bit of an unlucky goal. I've noticed some Lunas do that. They dash, they don't expect the core to come towards them. The core gets sent wildly towards their net. They panic, press rewind, and miss it. There's a good goal. We 4-1 in this match. It does end up going, you guys will see what the score ends up being. We do win it though, so it's not too bad. You see a whole lot of back and forth here. I'm trying to harass the goalkeeper, make him use some stuff on me, burn some cooldowns on me. That's another thing you guys can do, is harass the goalkeeper, make him burn something, burn a cooldown to get you off him. That way, when your team attacks, he has one less cooldown to use to defend the net. Here we get another unlucky goal, or they get another unlucky goal for us. And here, it's just going to be a bunch of back and forth, trying to harass. Very critical. Use your abilities, guys. Don't sit on them. They will come back. You can time them to have them up together, kind of. If you want to go into ability cooldowns, min-maxing kind of thing. But as a general rule of thumb, hit the opponents with it. Harass them. It puts them on the back foot, makes them panic, makes them run around the field like crazy people, makes them miss the ball ultimately. And then we're getting into the last few hits of this match. You're going to see a great play here actually. So that corner there is very crucial. You can pass it to yourself or towards the net. Here you're going to see perfect read on the opponent goalkeeper. Secondary, primary ability, read his hit, gets off as soon as it hits me, and it goes straight into the net. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for having a look, watching. Thanks for the support over the last couple of days. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and we'll definitely take a look at those. I do like to respond to all the comments I get, so yeah, feel free to do that. If you've been enjoying the guides, we'd love to hear from you, find out what other types of Omega Striker videos you guys want to see in the future. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, click the notification bell, and anything that drops you'll get notified about. Have a good one, guys. See you in the next video.